Arsenal are back in action this week as Mikel Arteta's men prepare to welcome Nottingham Forest to the Emirates Stadium in a Premier League clash scheduled for Saturday, September 13th, with kickoff set for 12:30 p.m. in North London. After the international break, the Gunners will return to league duty, and while most of the squad has been away representing their national teams, Arteta will be hoping everyone comes back sharp, focused, and above all, fit. Injuries have already been a huge storyline in Arsenal's season so far, but there are glimmers of hope with some key players edging closer to a return. Let's break down the latest team news, the concerns, and the developments ahead of this weekend's crucial fixture. One of the biggest talking points has been William Saliba's injury. The French defender lasted only 5 minutes against Liverpool on August 31st before being forced off, visibly in pain. It was later confirmed that he had suffered a sprained left ankle. Saliba pulled out of international duty with France and is now expected to be sidelined for 3 to 4 weeks, with a possible return sometime in October. Arteta admitted Saliba tried to play through the pain, but it became impossible. Still, the manager praised young Christian Mosquera for stepping up on his Premier League debut, giving fans a glimpse of what he can bring. Bukayo Saka's situation is also causing major concern. The Hale End star came off against Leeds United on August 23rd, clutching his left hamstring. Arsenal fans remember he missed 4 months last season after surgery on his other hamstring, and this latest scare has left many worried. Fortunately, surgery has been ruled out this time, but Arteta confirmed Saka will be sidelined for several weeks. The hope is that he recovers in time to face Manchester City on September 21st, though it all depends on how he responds to treatment in the coming days. Kai Havertz is another name added to the injury list. The German international missed the Leeds game due to a knee problem and later underwent minor surgery on August 28th. Arteta described it as an unfortunate setback, especially since Havertz rarely suffers from injuries. No exact timeline has been given for his return, but the club insists the priority is ensuring he comes back fully fit. Meanwhile, new signing Christian Norgard is yet to make his Arsenal debut. The midfielder, brought in from Brentford, picked up a knock that has kept him out of the opening 3 league games. He also missed the clash with Liverpool, but there's optimism he could recover in time to feature against Nottingham Forest. Arteta hinted a late decision will be made on his availability. Ben White, another key player, could also return this weekend. The defender went off against Manchester United on opening day and has missed subsequent matches against Leeds and Liverpool. Luckily, his issue isn't serious and Arsenal are hopeful he'll be back against Forest, a timely boost for Arteta with major fixtures against Newcastle and Manchester City just around the corner. Gabriel Jesus, however, remains on the long-term recovery list after suffering an ACL injury in last season's FA Cup defeat to Manchester United. The Brazilian forward has been posting encouraging updates of himself running and working with the ball again. In an emotional message to fans, he admitted the last 7 months were filled with pain and anxiety, but said he now feels light again, like a child enjoying football. His return is still penciled in for December, but his progress has been uplifting for supporters. So, Arsenal head into this game against Nottingham Forest with a mixed injury picture. Saliba, Saka, Havertz, and Jesus remain sidelined, but there's hope that Norgard and Ben White could return in time to reinforce the squad. With tough fixtures coming thick and fast, getting players back fit will be crucial to maintaining momentum in the Premier League. Off the pitch, there are some surprising developments. Victor Gyökeres, Arsenal's £63.5 million summer signing, might miss matches next year, not due to injury or suspension, but because he's been called as a witness in a major court case in Sweden scheduled for 2026. The case involves his agent Hassan Sedinkaya, who is suing 2 Swedish publications for defamation after they linked him to organized crime. Gyökeres has agreed to testify if required, which could mean Arsenal lose him for important fixtures if the court date clashes with Champions League or FA Cup matches. Meanwhile, there's late drama surrounding Leandro Trossard. Just days after the UK transfer window closed, reports in Turkey suggest Besiktas have submitted a £19.1 million bid for the Belgian winger. While Arsenal cannot buy new players, they can still sell to leagues where the window remains open, and Turkey's deadline is September 12th. The Istanbul club is desperate for a left-winger after missing out on Jadon Sancho, and Trossard could be their solution. However, with Arteta valuing his versatility and having just given him a new contract this summer, Arsenal may not be willing to let him go. Adding to the uncertainty, French media have confirmed Saliba could miss up to 4 weeks, ruling him out of several big games, including Manchester City, Newcastle, and the start of the Champions League campaign against Athletic Club and Olympiacos. Arteta does have options with Mosquera, Ricardo Calafiori, and new signing Piero Hincapié, but losing Saliba at this stage is a massive blow. Speaking of Hincapié, Arsenal finally confirmed his arrival from Bayer Leverkusen after completing the paperwork just after the deadline. Arteta praised his physicality, tactical flexibility, and maturity, calling him an ideal addition to strengthen the defense. At the same time, Jakub Kiwior departed for Porto in an emotional move that drew heartfelt messages from teammates like Declan Rice and Gabriel Martinelli, showing how respected he was in the dressing room. Elsewhere, Oleksandr Zinchenko sealed a shock loan move to Nottingham Forest, Reiss Nelson joined Brentford on loan, and both Fabio Vieira and Albert Sambi Lokonga headed to Hamburg. Arsenal's summer spending hit a staggering £267.5 million with major arrivals including Gyökeres, Ebereki, Noni Madueke, Martin Zubimendi, and, of course, Hincapié. But sales only brought in £8.75 million, leaving the Gunners with the worst net spend in the Premier League this summer. To top it off, the Liverpool defeat before the break brought controversy after Arsenal were denied what looked like a clear penalty in stoppage time when Eze was bundled over by Joe Gomez. Referee Chris Kavanagh waved play on, and despite a VAR check, no review was recommended. Fans and pundits erupted in fury, feeling the Gunners were robbed. With that frustration still fresh, Arsenal now face Forest with plenty to prove. So, here's the big picture. Arsenal returned from the break with injuries piling up, transfer sagas still bubbling, and controversial refereeing decisions leaving fans fuming. The squad looks deeper and stronger after an expensive summer, but the next few weeks will test their resilience. With Nottingham Forest up next, followed by Manchester City, Newcastle, and the Champions League opener, Arteta and his players will need every ounce of determination to keep the season on track.